here.
And I'm going to now introduce our speaker. For those just coming online, we're at North Dallas Addison Business Growth Networkers, and we are going to do our educational segment right now with an amazing person. That's not on the list here, but I'm saying that, okay?
Thank you.
Dagmar
Must be the brownie.
Fleming. Dagmar is the founder of Unlock Your Success, and which is a mentorship program for entrepreneurs who really, that's funny. So anyway, after enjoying her successful business career and setting up her own global consulting firm, Dagmar cultivated a proprietary process which she calls triple quantum reset. That triple quantum reset accelerates her clients' growth, purpose, and income. Her signature program, Unlock Your Success, is a proven system to dissolve emotional and mental blocks to success. If you don't think that success starts here, then you need to talk to me or Dagmar or somebody, because it starts right here. And it finishes right here. Okay, so as an internationally accomplished executive trainer, Dagmar Fleming has presented to numerous business, entrepreneur organization, individuals around the world. You'll notice by her Far East Texan accent as we go here that she doesn't necessarily hail from Dallas, Texas. She has also conducted workshops, training, live events, and PR shows both in the U.S. and abroad. Her business expertise includes leadership roles in the nonprofit and for-profit sectors and her own global strategy consulting firm. Join me in welcoming Dagmar Fleming. See, and I didn't say any bad things about you this time.
Well, it's not too late.
Okay. I'll do that at the end. Okay.
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank Jenna and David for running Business Growth Network. So those of you who are not members, please join. I've learned more in maybe 2 months of belonging to this group than forever when it comes to online marketing and upgrading your business skills. So thank you so much to David and Jenna for their vision. All right, so let me ask you, how many of you, by a show of your hand, are working to grow your business? Okay, very good. And how many of you would like to double or triple your income in 2019? Very good, you're in the right place, so turn to your neighbor and say, "You're a smart cookie for being here."
You're a smart cookie for being here.
All right, very good. So today we're gonna talk about 3 unconscious mistakes that keep entrepreneurs from a massive shift in their income. So let me first share with you why I'm uniquely positioned to talk about this subject. As David noticed, I am a very proud Poltex, and that's a Polish Texan. So my accent goes all the way to Poland, where I was born during the communist era. And for those of you that might be familiar a little bit with this system, we were essentially asked not to stick our heads out too much, to keep small, and suddenly it was virtuous to be poor. So when I came to the United States, I found it very refreshing. I felt liberated, and I embraced entrepreneurial activity. So I started my own global business consulting firm and became very successful. So all peachy, life was good. Unfortunately, when I hit multiple 6 figures in my business, something happened suddenly. I started losing my clients, and projects were going away. The money was dwindling, and I had to pause and think about what is it that I am possibly unconsciously doing to sabotage my success. So essentially, if you think about it, I made too much money, too easy, and too fast. So I sabotaged it. Can anyone relate to that? So what happened is, coming from this communist era, I was deeply programmed with beliefs of scarcity and how much one is allowed to make in their lifetime. So when I paused and reflected on all these beliefs from my childhood that were holding me back today, I realized that I tried to follow in my dad's footsteps. So my dad was an entrepreneur, but trying to do that in communist Poland was pretty hard. So we were having lots of money followed by periods of complete no money at all. So it was a yo-yo effect. I bet some of you know what I'm talking about, right? Inconsistent cash flow. On top of that, when I opened my business consulting firm, in 1 month, I made more than my father did in a whole year back in Poland. So as much as I loved my dad, I felt that I wasn't really acting like my father. And I was a daddy girl. I wanted to please my dad. So I literally went and unconsciously sabotaged my own success. This launched me on a journey of figuring out what is it deeply in our subconscious mind and in our emotions that holds us back today based on something that happened to us in the childhood. And this is how I developed the triple quantum reset process, which allows you to shift out of those limiting beliefs and associated traumas and emotions of your past experiences so that you can fully reach your potential today. And I'm going to walk you through the example of the triple quantum reset process today. So how does that sound? Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start from point 3 and count down to number 1. So all of you have worksheets with you, so it's a participatory experience. And if you not volunteer, then I will make you to volunteer. So please participate. So what I've noticed that entrepreneurs that I work with often think and act too small. And I know it's a basic concept, you've heard it before, but the question is, have you acted on it? See, what happens is what you focus on is what you get. So when you think small, you get small. When you think big, you get what? Big results. So it's extremely important that you are aware. So my encouragement to you today is to always to double and triple your goals because your brain doesn't care. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you in an easy example. Imagine that you're going to Office Depot to buy some paper. What is the sequence of events that you will do? You'll grab a wallet, get into a car, go to the store, pick up a basket, get your paper, pay, and boom, you've got your paper. Makes sense, right? Now, imagine that you've received a special promotion from Office Depot that tells you that you could get 100 reams of paper for the price of 1. Are you going to seize that opportunity? Yes, you will. All right. So what is the sequence now? You still have to grab a wallet, right? Okay, need to get into a car? Check. Hopefully, somebody's going to be walking. All right, and then once you enter Office Depot, what changes now?
You need a pallet instead of a cart.
You need a bigger cart or even the pallet, right? So the action, what action got changed? You accommodated a bigger result with a bigger action, right? The basket changed into a cart. Now let me ask you, when you were doing that change, were you in a fear that somebody will notice that you're doing something big? No, right? Was it hard to get a bigger basket versus a smaller? No. So my question to you, if you don't fear getting a bigger basket versus a small basket, why do you limit yourself in your business? Right? Why are you prejudging your potential for what's possible for you, for your success, and especially for your income? And the end of the day, brain doesn't care whether you will set your goal for 100,000 or $500,000. It's just a bigger basket. Just one aspect of your actions that got modified to accommodate bigger goal. All right? So I know it gets overwhelming. Because when we truly think bigger, all these resistant thoughts start coming in. So let's dispel some of them. This is where we leverage what I call the art of question. So your brain is evolutionarily designed to give you answers to the questions that you pose to yourself. So let's ask better questions. Let's look at some of the goals that you set for business. For example, if you're in a direct marketing, your goal might be to recruit 10 new representatives into your team. What other goals can you guys give me as an example? Goals for this year, whether it's team recruitment, revenue goals. Go ahead.
Clients,
How many clients?
number of clients,
But how many?
depends on the market segment.
Just give me your goal.
In a small group, 12,
So 12 new clients in what period of time?
1 per month.
1 per month. Okay. So hopefully we can make it bigger for you, because 12, I would hope that it's 12 per month. So I'm gonna just immediately upgrade you. All right, 12 clients per month. What else? Come on, guys, this is for you. That's your presentation.
100 cleaning clients.
101?
New cleaning clients per month.
100 new clients per month. Okay. What else? What other goals do you have? Right.
$100,000 in consulting revenue. for the year.
Okay, 100K in revenue. So I'm gonna help Randy expand, and we're gonna say 100,000 or more
Or more, of course.
in revenue, because I'm sure if you manifested more, you wouldn't be standing saying, oh, no, that's over 100,000, right?
That's correct.
What else? I see that you really are dying to volunteer.
I'm still trying to figure out my stuff. So, 12 clients would be a dream for me.
Okay, wonderful. So naturally, some of you will get overwhelmed thinking about those bigger goals. So my invitation is frame your goals differently. Ask yourself, why is it so easy to get 100 new clients per month? Why is it so easy to generate $100,000 or more in revenue in 2019? Because the brain will start providing the answers. It is designed to do so, okay? So we're gonna start with Randy. Randy, why is it so easy to generate $100,000 or more?
I'm not sure I understand how to answer that question.
Anything that pops to your,
Why is it so easy?
Mhm.
Reach out and connect with more people.
very good, and keep going. So what you're saying is it is easy because I reach out to more people. How many more people will you reach out to?
100.
Okay, so you will reach out to 100 people, and what's gonna be different because it's easy?
Because
Whatever.
there's more people that I'll have conversations with, which will give me more insight into what their issues are and whether or not I can help them or not.
Very good. So one, you're gaining the knowledge from your clients of what they're really looking for. By the way, most likely some of these prospects might not be your clients, but they might generate a referral for you.
That's correct.
Right.
Maybe somebody else in this room that could help them.
Exactly. So you see how we are now stepping into strategies and tactics because we ask, why is it easy? And does it sound overwhelming when you frame it as easy? It doesn't, right? It's what you put out is what you get. So if you want to ask, why is it hard? You will get hard. But who wants to work hard? Hopefully nobody's raising their hand. All right. So another example, we had 100 clients per month. Whose goal was that? All right. So why is it so easy to get 100 new clients per month for you?
Or, it's, I look at it as filling a need or giving them back a gift of time. And
Okay.
hoping that they like the service and refer the service.
Okay. So one is you'll focus on the value that you will be providing, right?
Correct.
And you're also hoping for generating nice referral business
Correct.
because they've received such a good service. So you'll focus on making sure that you do have referral program in place. Okay, very good. All right. So now when we have a big goal, another thing that becomes overwhelming is how to tackle it. So let's say, how many of you would love to have a business that makes $1 million? Very good. Now that is overwhelming a little bit, right? So what we need to do is to break it down into just one small step that you take towards much bigger expanded goal. Take it back. Don't shoot the elephant all at once. So if you're looking at, let's say, 100 clients a month, then you don't have to get all 100 on April 1st, because that's a Fool's Day. Who would want to do that anyway, right? But you can ask yourself, what one small step can I take today towards my goal of 100 people per month? So when I advise businesses that I work with, you don't have to figure out one that will get you one step closer to that expanded goal. All right? So go ahead and write down your power questions based on these examples that relate to your business. So the first one is, why is it so easy to da 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 da? And the other one is, what one small step can I take? And again, whatever the goal that you want to plug in. So personalize it for you. And every day, if you get overwhelmed, just go back to, I just need one step. What one step can I take today? Okay? So as you can see, how you work with your brain is what kind of results you're gonna get. And the focus is absolutely critical to your success. Unfortunately, as entrepreneurs, we get busy. We're doing it all on our own. We get distracted. So that's why it's important that we maintain our focus, and let's face it, sometimes it takes someone on the outside to help us out, which is why even the coaches like me have other coaches. And once we maintain that focus, we can modify the beliefs so that we truly can see what's possible for us. All right? So let's move on to the point number 2. By the way, are there any questions on point 1? No? Okay. Have I put you to sleep? Because you're very quiet.
Listening attentively.
All right. Okay, good. So point 2 is being held hostage to your hidden money ceiling. Let me ask, how many of you have been aware that you have a hidden money ceiling? Okay. By the fact that only a few of you raise your hands very hesitantly means that it is hidden. It's buried deeply in your subconscious mind. So therefore, you're operating on automatic. So what do I mean by that? How many of you were born with parents? I just want to make sure there are no Martians here, and these are all Earthlings that I speak with. All right. So have they talked when you were growing up? They have, right? And when they talked as a child, you listened. And I'm sure they were good, meaning people. But they may have said things like, money doesn't grow on trees, right? Or, give me some ideas of limiting beliefs around money.
We can afford that right now.
We can afford it. That's a very, very detrimental.
We are not salespeople.
We're not salespeople. All right. What else?
Salespeople are slimy.
Salespeople are slimy. Okay. How about it takes money to make money? All right. What else? It's virtuous to be poor.
Money's the root of all evil.
That's right. Which I always say, who wants to be evil? Right? There's this. Karen wants to make money, whether it's evil or not. Okay, very good. So, as you can see, how about you're not good enough? You're not smart enough. Don't you think that would affect how you perceive yourself in business, and especially when it comes to your income? So I call these statements money allergies because unfortunately they heavily influence how we perceive ourselves and the potential we give ourselves for making money. So remember the story when I told you that my dad struggled, so I sabotaged myself? Well, that's exactly why. I was exposed to a certain mindset around money, and I tried to replicate that in my life. So when I stepped out of it, I felt uncomfortable. All right? So today, let's look at dispelling some of those money beliefs. First of all, it's critical that you understand exactly what's running in your brain. What beliefs do you have around money? And at my Triple Your Money Mindset workshop, by the way, we go over 60 or more of those beliefs that affect your relationship with money. So first, identify those beliefs and then replace them with the positive statements. So instead of saying money is the root of all evil, just you can replace it with money does not determine somebody's character. Because that's true. The character of a person is dependent on them alone. Or it takes money to make money. You can replace with I am in charge of my life. I can create the outcomes that I want. So just because you were exposed to those beliefs doesn't mean that you have to fully accept them today. All right? And the problem is that we are emotionally attached to those experiences from childhood. So let me explain what the money ceiling is. Imagine that your dad had a business that made $1 million. So I'm using an example of one of my clients. And he grew so fast that when he reached $1 million, some bad decisions have been made and the business collapsed. They went into bankruptcy. They lost their house, their boats, children lost their toys. They had to live with extended family. So that client holds a memory of very traumatic event in their mind. Wouldn't you agree? And when he approached me to work with him, what he communicated to me is that every time his business reached $1 million, something would happen and they would go down. And then he would climb up, and again he would go down. So he was in his own yo-yo effect, right? Mm-hmm. Well, what was happening is that in his mind, he attached $1 million to the tragedy that his family went through. And believe me, I know more clients like that. So what happens is brain science proves that we have, at certain point, almost everyone will hit their own money ceiling, which is called the expectancy point, because we have all unconscious limitations around that income level. And if you're not aware of that limit in your mind, then you will sabotage yourself, which is what I did with my global business consulting firm, right? So until we realize that this deep emotional trauma from our childhood might be holding us back today, then we are running on automatic. We are running on a financial blueprint that has been, as science proves, coded in you, most likely before the age of 7. Does it make sense not to make what you should be making because of something that happened in the past? It doesn't. All right, so let's break through some of these money ceilings. I invite you to write 3 numbers right underneath the point 2 you have space for three numbers. On the first one, write the number that you set out for yourself as a goal in your business. Now, you won't be sharing these numbers, they are fully confidential. So your goal for this year in terms of revenue, that's the first number you're going to write. The second point, you're going to triple that number. And the last number that I invite you to write is the number that is the magic revenue. Something so big and so fabulous that you would literally feel like the king of the world, the Tarzan of the jungle. Or Jane for Jenna. All right? So go ahead and write down those three numbers and please participate, because if I see empty slots, I'm gonna call you to volunteer. So you don't want me to get you guys going, right? Did you guys fill in? All right. So now I'm just gonna ask you about this big magic number that would really make you extremely happy. Can you give me some examples? This is not about comparing, so don't take it that way. Just what would rock your world?
$10 billion.
Billion.
Yes.
All right. What else?
Million.
$1 million. Okay. What else?
6 million.
50 million. All right. Any other ideas? Don't be afraid of the numbers. There's a reason I'm asking to do that. Okay. What is your number?
1 million.
$1 million. Very good. What is your number?
Crazy number?
Crazy number.
20 million.
20 million. All right. So now when you look at that expanded goal, how do these numbers make you feel?
Good.
Good. All right. What was your number?
7.
7 million. Oh, 7 million?
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Who else can tell me?
Scared.
Scared. Okay. What else? Just what's going on through your mind? Please just share, because there is a reason why I'm pulling this out of you.
So the first two I was completely comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is where I wanted to be a year ago and I am now. The second one, triple that, was my goal coming in here. The third one makes me feel edgy.
Edgy. Okay. What else? What else is coming up? Can you get in tune with your body? Unrealistic. Okay. Doubt.
Fear,
Mm-hmm.
anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay, so I want you to know that for those of you that said doubt, anxiety, scared, that is a positive response. There's part of your brain called limbic system that flares up, that hence called amygdala hijack, when you actually do something new, when you expand, when you grow, because it's designed to keep you in the status quo. So if you're saying that you feel good about something, two things happen. Either you actually don't want to go for it. You declared it as a nice painting in a museum that you can look at, but you don't have to buy. You're not buying into your own goal. Or simply, it's not big enough. It is proper response to feel edgy, to feel doubtful. That is a completely normal response. The brain is observing that you are going outside of your comfort zone. And let's face it, the magic happens where? Outside, not inside. So cherish that response, and then you can work with your brain on expanding it, conditioning it to much bigger number, to bigger goals, to taking bigger actions, right? So it is possible for you to make all the money that you want, as long, again, that you know what's happening inside you. What are those preconditioned beliefs that have been embedded in you in childhood that today unconsciously are dictating how much you're allowing yourself to step forward? Which brings us to point number 1. We all want to make money. We've agreed, right? Okay, so why is it so hard? Well, since our beliefs predetermine what we go for and what we manifest in our life, it's very safe to say that your mindset is the cause of 90% of your results, or even more. That's the subconscious part. But it gets deeper than that. Because let's face it, how many of you have tried to change on your own something in your life with little or no results? It's hard to change on your own, right? Well, why? Let me give you an example of a plant to illustrate this point. So imagine that you have this gorgeous, I'll be auctioning my painting afterwards, this gorgeous plant in your house, but one day it starts to die. So if you're like me, the first thing I do is I come in and I try to prune the leaves. So I am consciously doing something, right? My first response was to change my behavior or modify my behavior. So I'll give you the same example when you try to lose weight. What's the first thing people do when they want to lose weight?
Stop eating.
They stop eating, right? So you're trying to accomplish something by modifying your behavior, i.e., I stopped eating. Now, does it work?
Usually not.
Usually not. Because, I mean, let's face it, you're going to go back to your habitual behavior sooner or later, right? So the next thing that you might try to change if you're losing weight is maybe some affirmations. Like, I am healthy, I am skinny, I'm eating better. But again, does telling yourself that you're skinny, has that made anyone skinny? No, right? So just pouring these ideas into subconscious mind is not enough. So it's the same as on this plant adding water. That's what people do. The plant is dying, what do? Put some water or fertilizer, right? But the plant keeps dying. So what possibly is happening? Well, what happens is that the soil that this plant is in is toxic. And when the soil is toxic, the plant cannot pull the ingredients that it needs to thrive. So for us, when we try to lose weight, there might be something in our childhood that made us use, let's say, food as a comfort, because maybe we were bullied in school. We didn't feel good enough or pretty enough or smart enough, so we resorted to food as comfort level. So today, just telling us ourselves that we're skinny and trying to stop eating is not working, because the soil of our soul, our being, is toxic. These are the stack energies of your past traumas and hurts that today are affecting you. So I call them energetic imprints. And they are imprints of this strong emotional response to the events that happened to us primarily in our childhood. So the fears, hurts, shame, guilt, anger, sadness, these kind of emotions. So in order to change things in our life, we have to understand that we have to change the soil. But let's face it, how many plants dictate when they're planted? Some are planted in a fertile soil, and some are planted in an arid soil. Unfortunately, the quality of the soil, just like for you, dictates the quality of that plant's life, as it dictates your life. So the parents kind of screwed us up, didn't they? Now, the good news is, this is what I specialize in. So I can see, because of my unique abilities, into people's soul and understand what emotional triggers and experiences in their lives have created today those limitations on their life and income potential. So for those of you that would like to go to the next level and release those emotional past experiences, as well as upgrade your money mindset, I'd like to invite you to work with me. On May 18th, I'm hosting Triple Your Money Mindset workshop, where we will go in great detail on releasing your limiting money beliefs, replacing them with empowering statements, and healing the emotional imprints of those past experiences that are holding you back. And as a thank you for being here today, my workshop is $247, if I can ask you to pass that. But at my presentation, you can purchase the workshop for $147 only, so that's $100 savings. And one of you will actually win a free pass to my workshop. So I'm gonna pass this and ask you to put your business card so I can do the drawing. And while we are passing this, I would like to share with you an experience of one of my past clients, Wendy Cremier. Now, what am I not doing here?
Relationship with money, that I like to give my money away, and it's hard to accumulate wealth when that's your mindset of money. So Dagmar taught me how to triple my money mindset, because I need to make more of it and not feel guilty about it, because I like giving it away. And so she had me rethink some of those attitudes that I've had deep set for years and didn't even realize it. And it was wonderful hearing from the others as well, who also have kind of deep entrenched mindsets. And Dagmar does a wonderful job releasing those values we have so we can triple our money mindset and become one with our money honey and not feel like this person is not our money honey, it's like our money monster. Thank you so much, Dagmar. I recommend her workshop to all of you.
All right, I'm sorry we couldn't see Wendy, but as you can see, she's very excited. So let me